I would like to invite Carl Lindholm to the stage, who will introduce John Humphrey.
The point in basketball is to score more points than your opponent, as it is in most sports. Middlebury has been playing men's basketball for over 100 years. All those years, all those teams, all those players, John Humphrey scored more points than anyone else. Without further ado, John Humphrey. He tells us all the time, keep it short. Okay. I'm honored to be able to introduce John tonight, though I do so quite seriously with regret as well. Russ Riley was so looking forward to this duty, introducing his best player and one of his favorite people. So not only am I honored to introduce John, but also to represent Russ. If Russ had his way, John would have been the first athlete inducted in the Hall of Fame 6 years ago. I can hear him saying to us now, it's about damn time. He was John's champion from day one, always bringing up his excellence in the classroom, his dedication and success there, as well as his historic performance on the basketball court. When Dixon mentioned that he was the winner of the Hazeltine Clevenow Award at graduation for academic and athletic excellence, John also won that award at graduation. It is often the case that the high scorer is the best player on a weak team. He must carry the offensive load. And that might describe John's situation at Middlebury for his first 3 years. In those years, his Middlebury team only won 6 games in their best year. But his senior year gives lie to that characterization. John had a senior year for the ages, averaging over 28 points a game, etching his name in the Middlebury record book for all time. Just as important, more important perhaps to John, the team in 87-88 was good. Genuinely good. He was the best player on a good team, the captain of the team, inspiring his teammates to a commitment and passion for the game which reflected his own. That team won 13 games and lost 9, playing a typically rugged Russ Riley schedule. Early season losses to UVM and St. Michael's in close competitive games provided evidence they could compete. Highlighting that season were 2 wins against Williams. The second one down there in Williamstown, an 83-82 victory. The Panthers scored the last 13 points of the game and broke Eve hearts. John scored 32 points in that game, but he glories in the fact that he had the game-winning assist. At the end of that wonderfully redemptive season, Russ was named the Division III New England Coach of the Year. John was selected to play in a prestigious All-Star game and earned a passel of postseason awards. I put that in for Russ. He would have liked a passel of postseason awards. I keenly remember watching John play over 4 years and marveling at his enormous skills. It's a thrill for me to present him to you tonight. John. Thank you.
Yeah, well done. We'll do a photo over there.
That was well done. Thank you, John. Thank you, sir.
Wait for the last one.
I know.
We'll go over here for a photo. You can hold that, John. And scoot this forward a little
Thank you so much, Dean Lindholm, for those kind words and flattering introduction. I have always admired your love of the purity of athletics and your uncanny ability to articulate the societal meaning of sports. Having followed past inductees, I have read in awe about Olympians, two-sport All-Americans, and others' incredible athletic achievements. I am truly humbled to have been considered and selected. I want to thank the selection committee, athletic director Aaron Quinn, and the entire Middlebury community, past and present. I sincerely thank you all for this honor. I had extended an invitation to my coach, Russ Riley, to introduce me. Months ago, he enthusiastically accepted, and his excitement meant the world to me. With his passing, there is an obvious void not having him here this evening. Russ Riley was instrumental to me as an educator, coach, and friend. On numerous occasions and holidays, he and Jane opened up their home to me and all the players. We witnessed firsthand how to be a loving and committed father, husband, and faithful giver to family and community. He was the most genuinely upstanding and engaging person I have ever met. He carried an infectious positive energy and presence which made us all realize that every day as a Middlebury Panther was one to be cherished. And for that, we will all be eternally thankful. Make no mistake though, Russ Riley and I had our tense moments. 2 minutes into one game my senior year, after a turnover and a missed shot, he immediately took me out. Irate, I not so politely asked him what he was doing. After letting me stew, he put me back in and I proceeded to play quite well in a hard-fought NESCAC victory. While icing after the game, I again asked, "What the hell were you thinking?" He answered, "You weren't pissed off enough. You always play better when you're really ticked off." Russ at his best. He lived a rich and purposeful life and touched so many over decades. In Russ's presence, one quickly realized how special he was. I want to again thank Russ, Jane, Jenny, Jody, and Lindsay for welcoming me into the Riley home with such love when I stepped foot on campus 35 years ago. It will never be forgotten. So in the unlikely event a PA announcer ever refers to a gaggle of flags, a herd of purple cows, a congress of continentals, a den of polar bears, or a pride of panthers, smile fondly and appreciate how colorful Russ made all of our lives. I'd like to thank my parents for all their support of my athletic career over the years. My mom, who appreciated and avidly followed sports during my youth, drove me to all my athletic activities, packed uniforms for multiple sports so I could change in the car from game to game. I laud her for her patience as I dribbled endlessly around the house, prompting screams of, "Stop bouncing that ball!" Unfortunately, a few broken lampshades, Christmas ornaments, and other cherished artifacts were the collateral damage of raising a hoopster. I fondly remember those summer evenings when she would watch me shoot baskets from our back porch for hours on end, always confirming I got fouled when I missed imaginary last-second shots. My dad is celebrating his 88th birthday today. Happy birthday, Dad. He was better known as Steinbrenner to my teammates due to the long tweed coat he sported when dutifully attending my games in Maine, upstate New York, or western Massachusetts. There were no games that were too far from my dad. My teammates and I were always grateful knowing we would have at least one Middlebury fan in the stands. For home games, win or lose, the real reward was the prime rib at Fire and Ice. Typically during these dinners, my father would predictably encourage me to shoot more. Although appreciative of his unbiased confidence in my shooting ability, I finally had to interject. "Dad, if I shoot any more, my arm will literally fall off." But thanks to heeding my dad's advice, the career field goals attempted record will never be broken. One special game which Carl alluded to I remember fondly was when we miraculously overcame a 13-point deficit to win at Williams on a last-second buzzer beater. While the bigger miracle was me assisting on the winning basket, the whole team ran onto the court wildly hugging each other, and Steinbrenner came down from the stands to join our crazed celebration. One of my most cherished memories, and I am thankful to have experienced it with my dad. I'd also like to thank my big burly older brother Scott, who rebounded, played great defense, and set all those bone-crunching and illegal picks for me during my pre- and post-collegiate basketball career. He taught me to play hard and not back down from anyone, but most importantly, he protected me when I got really mouthy with opponents on and off the court. I want to thank my two sisters, Laura and Claire, who attended many high school games and supported me unconditionally. Claire even knitted me a blanket to keep my basketball warm while I biked to courts in near freezing temperatures. I want to thank all my teammates, especially my senior year underclassmen who made that year so special. After 3 frustrating seasons, I was the only returning senior, and my teammates encouraged me to enjoy playing more and be less critical of myself. It was an extremely rewarding season of closeness, belief, and overachievement for our team. We were named Comeback Team of the Year, and Coach Riley was named Northeast District Coach of the Year. After college, for 10 years, I played the best basketball of my career in highly competitive basketball leagues across New York City, including the famed West 4th Street Playground and beachfront Rockaway Queens courts. My teammates included players from Cal, Stanford, Virginia, Michigan, the Ivies, and some ex-NBAers. One game we started 6'11", 6'10", 6'8", 6'5", and me at 5'11", 6'2" with my hair, and we lost. But trust me, our guard play kept it in it. Hoops also led me to many A-list celebrities. I played against Leonardo DiCaprio, George Clooney, a very good player, P. Diddy, not so good, Snoop Dogg, but the best was when Woody Harrelson showed up as a guest at our very competitive run on Saturday mornings. It was around the time White Men Can't Jump came out, so we were all intrigued. Can he play? The games were played first to score 19, counting 2s and 3s, and Woody was matched up on me. Given he was a newcomer, his teammates warned him I could shoot and they should stay close to me. Our first possession, I received the ball and he was 5 feet off me. I happily obliged, 3-zip. I could see players on his team yelling at him, you need to guard me closer. So the next time I had the ball, he took a couple steps closer, but not enough, 6-zip. All 4 of his teammates were screaming at this film star that I would continue to torch them, and they would have to sit 2 games if he didn't guard me. Next time down, he was a little closer. Once again, not close enough, 9-zip. We ended up winning that game handily, and his teammates were none too pleased with his defensive or offensive performance. The next day, my dear friend and Middlebury roommate Jeff Uberaga and I entered a Banana Republic store on the Upper West Side of Manhattan. There was a large gathering of people, and apparently Woody was inside. Huge crowd around him, but Woody and I happened to make eye contact, and he broke from the crowd and made a beeline towards me. Jesus, you can shoot, he excitedly proclaimed. We talked for a bit, but needless to say, Woody was never invited back to the run again. Many I played with after college were surprised that I had played Division III. I was proud to have played here and enjoyed representing Middlebury, playing alongside such high caliber players. I hope to enhance the credibility of the program, past, present, and future. When I stopped playing, I did so with no regrets. I had gotten everything out of the game which I needed to feel fulfilled. I want to commend current coach Jeff Brown, his coaches and players for the program's dominant and perennial success over the past 15 years. To see them nationally ranked, winning NESCAC championships, playing deep into the NCAA tournament fills me with pride and, to be honest, envy. I am glad to see the games sold out and well attended, instead of fans coming into Pepin Gymnasium to warm up in between periods of hockey games like they did in my day. I have tried for years to brainwash my kids into believing that basketball is the best and most challenging sport of a true athlete. Sadly, this mantra has been received with lukewarm reviews despite my obsessed efforts as their youth basketball coach. but I have desperately tried to instill the values and lessons I had learned from my playing days. One game in a third grade basketball game, my daughter Ashley took a hard fall and the gym went quiet. Always assuming my kids are fine, I walked out in the court and she asked, "Dad, can I come out?" I rolled my eyes and I said, "Sure." Astonished, she said, "Really?" I said, "No, just get up and get back on defense." Another crazy coaching moment also involved Ashley in fourth grade. We were up by 3 and had the ball in our own basket with 30 seconds left. I diagrammed a play on my clipboard to get Ashley the ball and just have her dribble up court. Everything worked perfectly, but when Ashley got the ball, she inexplicably squared up and swished it into her own basket. So chaos ensued. The other team goes to take the ball out of bounds. But I'm screaming, "It's our ball!" Mayhem. So another timeout, another play design, this time with directional arrows, and we end up winning by 1. It was a long day for Ashley. Fast forward 3 years, Ashley and I are driving my youngest daughter, Chloe, to her game with me as her coach. Ashley and I are laughing as we recall her Bad News Bears story to Chloe. Same exact situation in Chloe's game. Up by 3, 20 seconds left, ball in our own basket. I draw up a play again with directional arrows to get Chloe the ball. It works to perfection, but once again, Chloe squares up and shoots at her own basket. Luckily, she missed, but her teammate rebounds the ball, only to shoot and miss again at the wrong basket. So I am desperately trying to call a timeout, but the other team got the rebound. So now you have 2 teams trying to score on the same basket. It was insanity. And I wonder why I never went into coaching. But the athletic experience at Middlebury is truly unique, where the student-athlete interaction with classmates, faculty, and Middlebury community is extremely intimate. I remember it with great fondness, and I thank Middlebury for the lessons, memories, and experiences I carry with me today. I think back to those days, sleeping in bunk beds at the field house for 2-a-day practices over Christmas break. Every morning, Coach Riley would burst through the door, abruptly flick on the lights, and bellow in his booming voice, "It's a great day to be a Middlebury Panther." It sure is, Russ. It sure is. And thank you all for this incredible honor.